Boys and girls, get loose, grab your juice. It's Casual Samuel. Let's talk hoops. And today, I got the trade machine oiled up and pumping.
What?
Structure-wise, I got 4 trades in the chamber, 2 West contenders, and 2 East contenders. Also, I'll go over why each team involved would say yes, plus dive deeper into how it would specifically affect each team going forward. For trade number 1, we're treating it like a light appetizer at Chili's. You can't just jump into the triple dipper without a little chips and salsa to get you going. So with that in mind, I have the Cavs trading Niang, Merrill, and 2 second-round picks to the Raptors for Kelly Olynyk. Yeah, probably a trade that barely gets a Shams tweet, but they don't all have to be sexy. Toronto says yes because they're clearly rebuilding. I mean, they're nowhere near 500. Plus, Kelly hasn't even played a single game for them this season. Cleveland says yes because they're clearly a threat. I don't think it's just luck with them. And adding a big that shot a career 37% from 3 would be huge for Kenny's system. Going forward, sure, you're already double dipping into an already depleted draft asset pool if you're the Cavs, but having a big man rotation of Evan, Jarrett, and Kelly is real good when come late April, you have to go through bigs like Giannis, Kat, Joel, and Porzingis. Think of trade 2 like hitting the on-ramp at absolute rush hour. We're gassing it now. Golden State sends out Peyton, Slow-Mo, Kuminga, and their 2026 first-round pick to Brooklyn for Cam Johnson. Brooklyn should and needs to borderline clean house, and I think that's absolutely why they say yes here. Golden State says yes because it's just been an awkward relationship from the jump with Kuminga. He's been benched for a minute now. He's vocal about it at least last year, and neither side came close to an extension over the offseason. So not only could they rip the band-aid off now, but also replace him with a 6'8", 28-year-old who's averaging 18 a game and hits 40% from beyond the arc. If Steve really needs a bucket, running a 5-out with Steph, Buddy, Cam, Wiggins, and Draymond,
Oh my God,
would be a nightmare for opposing defenses. And looking ahead for Brooklyn, being middle of the pack in the NBA is the worst thing for a franchise, so trade Cam, and probably Cam, tank for Coop, plus you would get Kuminga's free agency rights, and they've clearly already been interested in him, so why not force another team in July to name their price? These next 2 trades is where it gets freaky. Orlando would ship out Anthony, Howard, Isaac, plus 3 first-round picks to Atlanta for Trae Young. This trade technically works, but because of Orlando extending Jonathan Isaac, it would have to happen after January 2nd. The Magic say yes because, oh my God, they need perimeter scoring so bad. KCP, Suggs, literally every guard has been horrendous beyond the arc. And I understand Trae has had maybe his most inefficient start, but pairing him with Franz and Paolo, I think would immediately fix that. The Hawks say yes because it's time! Since drafting Trae, and outside of their 2021 Eastern Conference Finals appearance, you could argue they've been the most mid-team over the last 5 years. Which again, being middle of the pack in the NBA is an absolute death sentence. They won the Dyson trade, but they need to build and lean into the youth of this roster. So why not try and create a diet version of Franz and Paolo? Plus, they would have 4 first-round picks in the next 2 years. And that's not even mentioning what Cole or Jet could develop into, and Jonathan Isaac, at worst, is a trade piece for them to snag another first later on. This last trade has 9 moving parts, but for good reason, because I think it would make this West contender an actual contender. Los Angeles would send out Rui, Austin, Max, Jackson, a second, and 2 firsts to Portland for Anthony Simons and Robert Williams. The Lakers say yes because JJ has done an incredible job, and you could legitimately argue this is the best we've seen offensively from AD ever. But if the main goal is to be playing in June, you have to take the load off of a 40-year-old LeBron and a 31% usage rate AD. And Anthony isn't having an efficient start by any means. Probably is worse, actually. But that roster that the Blazers have, its spacing, its coaching is awful. Big old Time Lord would be massive for AD, and I completely trust that JJ would be able to get the most out of him. The Trailblazers say yes because they need all the draft assets and young talent they can get their little paws on. Anthony and Robert should just be the beginning. Trade Jeremy, trade Dominatin', and build around Shaden, Donovan, and I guess Scoot. And Rui and Jackson would be year and a half rentals. Austin, you could have be a legitimate part of your future, and Max is your 21-year-old low-risk experiment. What trade do you think would have the biggest impact? I personally feel like the Magic trade would not only have the biggest impact this year, but also fits their timeline, and a starting five of Trey, Suggs, Franz, Paolo, and Wendell Carter Jr. would have my League Pass squealing. Outside of that, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you're not subscribed, dude, I literally have a degree in casual takes. You're gonna want to subscribe and hit that like button. But that's officially it for me today. I will see y'all in the next one.